changing your oil on a 3-liter supercharged Audi A6. This is a C7.5, same for the C7 models. Got everything ready. Pan, oil, engine nice and warm. Ran it for a little bit, sitting cold for a couple days. And let's get her jacked up. Now that we got it jacked up, 10 screws come out to take off the skid plate. Sorry for the bad angle. 1, excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 3 on the back, 8, 9, 10. You should have the skid plate off. What I've found easiest to get the, what is that, 7 small screws off is a T20. Then we're going to use a T30 on the 3 back screws. And then last but not least, you have 4 13mm bolts that got to come out of the skid plate. This is the hardest part, is getting all this out. Well, at least the most time consuming. The oil pan is exposed. That's your oil drain plug. Looks like we got some oil down here. I don't know what that is from. Have to check that out. I don't think the pan's leaking unless that bolt's just not tightened well enough. So we're going to pull that out with a T45 and then wipe everything down. Before pulling the plug, I always like to loosen the oil cap. That way you've got air into the system and have a good vacuum to drain the oil out. And there she is, draining out. Already had the steady flow. Looks like most of it's out already. I like to let it drip, drain out as much as possible of the bad old oil. All right, next step. Oil should be draining or drained at the bottom of the pan. And you next want to pull your oil filter. Oil cap, oil filter, 36mm. Take that baby off. Really just got to get it loosed and then hand unscrew. I can try to do this while I'm showing you here. See, I already loosened mine. Not going to try to do this on camera, but you want to pull this out and definitely want to have a paper towel so you don't leak oil all over your engine. That's what she looks like when she's out. Nice and messy. Got a brand new angst filter. There you go. That's what a new one. Make sure the sizes line up. Always double check. Make sure they sent you the right one. We're going to pull this old filter out. Throw it in this box that we have here from the new one. Don't forget the rubber seal gasket. I had to pull that off here in a second. And that's actually right here. Slide that up with a flathead screwdriver. Take the old one off. And then when you put the new one back on, make sure you rub some oil on it to make sure it seats properly. All right, got a new seal in there. It's got some fresh oil on it. Took it out of the new oil quart, and we'll slip our new filter in. This is pretty easy. Just make sure it snaps in. You'll hear it pop in. What I also like to do is, just so it doesn't run dry, I like to just put a dab of oil in there. Yeah, got a little bit, maybe a little bit more. Not gonna hurt anything, but just so you don't have a completely dry oil filter. So we'll take this back to the car and we will carefully throw this back on here. Gotta kind of weave it in there and toss her in there. Make sure she seats. Make sure it sits properly. And we'll hand tighten this down. So you start getting some resistance. All right. Looks like it's pretty hand tight. All right, then torque it down. All right, got this all cleaned up. Some degreaser and torque that down to about 20 foot-pounds. So we're ready to add some oil. All right, time to add the oil. I ordered the FCP Euro oil change kit, just easy, comes with everything you need. Make sure you use a new drain plug, crush washer each time. You can hang on to the old ones in case you need one in a jam, but definitely good to run a new drain plug every time you do this, and that way you're fresh. Same with filter, don't ever reuse the filters. Oil change every 3,000 miles is the consensus. I think I'm at like 3,400 miles, so a little over isn't going to hurt you. Monitor it in the MMI, but then also get one of these dipstick. It's OEM, works great because loud motorcycle. All right, with some underglow, cool. Yeah, you can always trust the computers so far. They're usually pretty accurate, but always better to have a dipstick to double check and measure oil. So the FCP Euro kit comes with 7 liters of oil. Here you go. 1, that's 5, 6, 7. And we're gonna add it. What I like to do is add about 6 to 6.5 liters, just in case there's any engine oil in there. The worst thing you could do is overfill. So we're gonna put about 6 liters in, and probably a little bit over, probably 6 and a third. Turn the car on. We'll probably put the skid plate back on first, and then get some temperature and check our oil. All right, oil is in, about 6 1/3 liters, and now we're gonna go start it up. All right, pop this on. Starts right out. Let it run. Little baseball. Let it run for about 20 seconds just to get some oil through the system. Still idling high right now. And as you can see, 63.76, so I'm only less than 400 miles over 3,000. Actually, less than that. All right, we're gonna turn it off. And we're gonna go pull our dipstick. Let's see where we ended up. Pulling the dipstick. Look at this here. And hold still. She is reading right near full, actually, so. Try this again here. Let's clean it up. Reading right at the top, so put in the right amount. Probably did not drain as much oil as I thought out, just because it wasn't as warm as I would have liked. Usually, you know, you want to run this 20 minutes after you've been driving it. It had been sitting cold, so probably could have warmed it up a little bit longer to get some oil out, but that's okay. All right, back in the car. Last step, go to your MMI. Once it loads.
Home run got the cuts on the board.
And car systems, service and control. And oil level will not populate for a while. These things are very finicky, needs the hood down, etc. But let's go to service intervals, and my inspection's overdue. I need to reset that. And reset the oil change interval, yes. It's been reset. Your oil is changed. The other thing I like to do, since I change it every 3,000, this says next oil change in 10,000 miles. Not gonna do that. Every FCP Euro liquid moly 5 liter has a little sticker on the actual bottle, so we'll pull that off and put a new one on. So we'll be right at 63,376. So we'll just say 64 is when we need to have it changed, and make sure we've got it changed by then. You can monitor the pretty precise mileage in here as well. Well, that's it. We have successfully changed our oil for another 3,000 miles. Here is the new service tag. Oil reminder, you can pull that off here with just peeling that off on the corner. It's got all over, but yeah, highly recommend any of the liquid moly products. I used to run the OEM spec oil as well. That's fine either or. I like the blue bottle of liquid moly, seems to run fine in these cars. And the best part about FCP Euro is it's warranted. So what I'll be doing after we get off here is filling my empty containers up and doing a shipment back at some point to FCP Euro to get store credits, so my next oil change is covered. Really, the only thing it costs you is the cost of shipping to send it back, so highly recommend that warranty program. It's great for all sorts of just maintenance parts that you know you're going to go through if you hold on to your car for a while. So thanks for following. Hope you enjoyed it.